Okay, everybody, it's me, Gregory Mannarino, and I am just absolutely freaking speechless. I'm laughing too. Yes, did I say Friday? Yeah, Friday. It's July 1st, 2022, post-market wrap-up, people. If you don't believe your own eyeballs, then I don't know what else to tell you here. Let's put this together. We have an economy that is cratering. We got more bad economic news today on the manufacturing front. Everywhere you want to look, it's abysmal. We have skyrocketing inflation. Oh yeah, did you hear the new one? They're trying to convince you that inflation is getting better. You know, we heard this before. It was peaking. Well, I have a little piece of information to share with you. In no way, shape, or form is inflation peaking. As a matter of fact, what they don't want you to know, you have to realize how this works. When they're telling you one thing, the polar opposite is going to happen. We have central banks around the world buying it all, adding digits to a screen in epic amounts, buying all the debt. Are you watching the 10-year yield? Cratering, absolutely cratering. This is not a safety trade. This is not a fair trade. This is some humongous entity out here buying the debt on an unprecedented scale, and they're buying the market. The stock market today was down across the board earlier today, only to erase all of that and finish nicely in the positive. Green across the screen. They're buying the market. They're buying the debt market. They're keeping the price of cryptocurrencies and precious metals massively suppressed. Bitcoin is still around 19,000. Silver got smashed today. You got gold just about at the flat line, was lower earlier today. You got crude oil getting a bit higher. Imagine my shock there, okay? You have to understand, other commodities, it doesn't matter. As long as crude is getting propped up, that's fine. It oils the machine. It's the blood of the military-industrial complex. You all know that. So that's really the story. A cratering, absolutely cratering, diving, freaking 10-year yield. Who's buying here? I mean, it should be obvious to you. On top of that, you got the repo scheme going on. Do you really understand what's happening? Liquidity in the market is drying up, okay? Now, in order for that mechanism to not cause a complete freezing up of the entire system, a liquidity lockup, a liquidity freeze, what do they got to do? They got to get a president like the current one, okay? Give him a blank check by having crisis to crisis to crisis, promise tens of hundreds of billions of dollars to support this war and anything else they want to do. And that is part of the mechanism on top of central banks buying it all. You knew this from I don't know how many years ago. I told you. Central banks are buying it all. They're going to continue to inflate on an unprecedented scale. It's right in your face. It's in your freaking face. Let's go back to the market. So dollar today, I would say moderately higher. I'm referring to the comparative strength or the relative strength of the dollar. I already covered crude oil and Bitcoin and gold and silver for you. That's actually where we stand today. It's an astonishing thing to see. And you're going to watch the propaganda ministry, you know, Bloomberg, Fox Business, so all of them. Oh yeah, July just happens to be a really good month for the market. Just look at the statistics. People, we're dying on a global scale, wherever you want to look. As a matter of fact, right out of the mouth of the propaganda ministry, you know, they're trying to convince you that what they're telling you is real is actually not real. We found out that forward-looking indicators on the economy and everything else are all falling off of a cliff. We get warning after warning from this institution, that institution about economic shocks, how our economy is, you know, not doing very well. We got the lying crime syndicate known as the Federal Reserve here trying to tell you, despite they're trying to tell you that our economy is in fact contracting, at the same time they're telling you it's great. We're booming. We're doing great and fantastic and couldn't possibly be any better. This is an environment of lies, people, and you know where lies come from, okay? They come from not a very nice place, and that's the environment we are in. It's out of freaking control. Now, I was writing down a few things today. So, consumer spending, which is the vast majority of our economies, well, the 70%, is falling off of a cliff. Sure, you know who's spending? The rich. The middle class, what are they doing? We have a real savings rate in the negative. People are maxing out their credit cards. So let's put that together. They got no savings. They can't save a freaking dime, okay? Once they burn through that, people are going out and melting down their credit cards just to make ends meet. This phenomenon, you and I have known, was going to come for a very long time. Prior members of the middle class are going to borrow and borrow and borrow. They're being pushed into debt slavery. Slaves to the system. That's what they're creating. This whole entire thing is about control. More control. And wait till the new financial system comes. Completely cashless, extreme control. And they're going to go out there and they're going to take away more of your rights and liberties while they keep you distracted by this, that, and the other thing. Roe v. Wade being the most recent one. You understand? Anyway, that's where we are. Factory activity falling off of a cliff. 2-year low, as a matter of fact, and there's no end in sight here. Absolutely no end in freaking sight. But, you know, what I want you to take away from this particular video, and I really believe, honestly, that I cover a lot of important things with you. But I want you to be prepared for a few things. Number one, a series of economic shocks. They're going to tell you about these economic shocks. This is happening, and that is happening. Then the next day or the day after, they're going to tell you it's not. Okay, and everything is fine. Everything is perfect. Our economy is perfect. People are doing fantastic. They're all rich. That's what they're going to tell you. But what they won't tell you, and this is the biggest takeaway from this video, is we are, and I've warned about this from I don't know how many freaking years ago. Eventually, we were going to run into a liquidity crisis. The system must be fed. It's a monster. Okay, the debt-based system, you're not allowed to know any of this stuff, and no politician is going to tell you this. No central banker is going to tell you this. The system is debt-based, which means in order to function at any level, more and more debt must be pulled from the future and piled on exponentially. It can't remain static, okay? Debt must consistently go higher and higher and higher. They must create more slaves to the system via this mechanism in order to function. It's a debt-based economic model. Go right to your congressman and see if they even know what that is, okay? Most of these people, maybe they have a clue, but more than likely they don't. They don't understand a damn thing. This is why you're going to continue to see president after president, current imbecile here, you know, with given a blank check by the American people. You must support. You have no choice. Any crisis that they come up with, he's going to funnel cash wherever he has to funnel it to. You understand? To support the beast system, the debt-based economic model. You understand? That's the truth. They're all the same. And they can't tell you the truth. It just has to go on and on and on like that in perpetuity until we get that implosion. Now, the implosion here started. It started. We had a massive and rapid sell-off in that 10-year yield, watching it spike. Bang, 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 bang. What did that do? We had several days of the stock market rapidly falling. Then, of course, what happens? ECB jumps in, emergency monetary policy. They already expanded it twice. They expanded that policy 2 times. A lot of this stuff is being kept under the radar. But if you search around a little bit, you'll find it. Then the Federal Reserve, with their unconventional policy to stabilize the debt market. Can you see what's going on here? Do you really believe that the action that we're seeing in the debt market is just normal? This is just the average guy, the average girl running out to buy this debt? No. It's central banks. And not only that, gauging from what we witnessed today in the stock market, this is the Fed. They have a trading desk. Look it up for yourself. The New York Fed, they're buying the market. Okay? This whole thing, we do not have a free market in any way, shape, or form. We don't have a free market economy. It's managed like everything else, like some piss poor third world nation. It's managed, and they're managing people into oblivion. You understand? That's what they're doing. This is a deliberate attack to destroy the population, more specifically the middle class. They're being wiped out. They're being exterminated. I mean in a literal sense. We are seeing a phenomenon occur here. The global population, maybe you should look statistics up with regard to that. What's been happening lately to the global population, especially status post, the disease process that's been going around and this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, I think a lot of you are aware of what I'm talking about. I can't talk about it here. So do your own research, okay? And maybe you can talk among yourselves, because if I bring this stuff up, they'll take this channel down in a nanosecond. Believe me, they're looking for every reason to get me off. You understand? I think you do. Look, I think I covered a lot of really important things here. Understand what you're seeing. An enormous amount of effort is being put in place to prevent a liquidity crisis. Okay, when there's not enough cash. That's the root cause of the problem. The debt-based economic model can never have enough of it, and it must consistently be added to, pulled from the future, and expanded on by any mechanism they can come up with. Anything at all. They got to create another crisis, they're going to do it. They got to expand the war, that's what they're going to do. They got to kill however many people that they're going to kill, they're going to do that as well. You understand? I really hope you're ready for what's coming. Honestly, this is just foreplay right now as to where this is going to go. And I can tell you, it ain't going to be pretty. It's already not pretty for the vast majority of people. Sure, the people at the upper echelon of society, they're always doing okay. The wealth is always pushed higher. Whenever any politician is trying to tell you how much they care about the people at the lower rung of society, we're going to do nice things for them, they're creating slaves. They don't want these people to succeed. They need them to remain slaves. And they're going to steal wealth from everybody, middle class mostly, and push it right up to the 1% and 2%ers. I really hope you're waking up, okay? Because this is the situation and this is where we are. Holy mackerel, am I sweating like a pig, man. This is crazy. Anyway, people, look. First of all, I want to thank all of you that choose to support my work. If I told you how few of you actually do, your head would spin around like the Exorcist. But to those of you that do support my work, on the first of every month, I ask for it. I just say, support my work, $5. All right, that's it. And it's a fraction of a fraction. And don't believe me, I am thankful. And if you can't support my work, that's okay. Then do something else. Pay it forward. Go walk an old lady across the street. Do something nice for someone. If you don't feel like supporting my work monetarily, then support a charity you believe in. We must pay it forward. That's really what I want people to do. Pay it forward. If you want to support my work, I'm all for that. But if you can't, for whatever reason, that's cool. Just do something else. Do something else. If you feel like supporting my work, like I said, I asked on the first of every month, there are 2 links in the description of this video. One, you can PayPal me $5, or you can send me $5 in cryptocurrencies. I'm all about that too. If you don't like either one of those, right down here somewhere, I think it's here. I don't know. There's a little heart that says thanks. You can click on that too. And if you can't do any of those, like I said, find another way to pay it forward. We got to love each other, care about each other, and be charitable. I've been leaving you off with these 3 things since time immemorial, people. But focus on what I talked about in this video. Watch it twice if you must, okay? This is pretty freaking incredible where we are right now, people, and I hope you understand that. All right, look, this market is closed for July 4th on Monday. You won't see me. I will do a blog on Monday. I'll do a markets a look ahead, so you're not going to see me until that time. I hope all of you have a great weekend, a safe weekend, a happy weekend. You know what? I usually tell you to kind of forget about all this stuff and let's put it behind us. Absolutely not this week. This needs to be at the forefront of your mind, what is happening. I want you to ponder it. I want you to talk about this while you're out with people on the 4th of July or whatever. You're at a barbecue. Talk about these things because it's an incredible set of dynamics that are in play right now. The fakery, the rigging, the deceptions, the lies, the propaganda. It is freaking absolutely astonishingly frightening. All right, I'm out of here. Love all of you. Please comment. Don't forget to love each other, care about each other, be charitable. Think about the things, again, that I've covered here. Is it important? Do people need to know this stuff? Any of you new here? Is this the first time you're hearing some of this? Let me know. I really would like to hear from you especially. I want to hear from everybody. But like I said, please, as always, comment. And I'll see you on Monday. Enjoy your weekend. I'm out of here.